Okay, we're back. We're back, bro.
Oh yeah, I did do one on here before, huh?
Real quick, Dossier, this new scent that I got is actually a scent I got before.
Oh, that's nice.
Now Dossier, you can get
Ambery.
really good scents that you find familiar for like half the price, and that's why I love this brand. The big gay sis is here, and then the big.
I'm
big gay sis.
Yeah, I'm the big.
Yeah.
Almost auntie. Here I am now.
We just turned our next age.
Yeah.
I'm 30 now, and you're supposed to give me hope.
It is. 30 was the best year ever.
We're gonna get down and dirty with it this time. I made a video about sex tips last time, and you guys really liked that, so I'm gonna make a part 2 to this. I wanted to dive into some of the deeper things that I didn't really dive into the first time. What better way to do that than with the big gay sis who's had more experiences than me? And I just wanted to tap into, like what are some of the experiences you feel like will never leave your mind? Let's dive in there.
Right. I don't know. A good and bad come to mind. I think all my firsts kind of stay in my mind, like the first time strapping, giving and getting head.
That's not the case for me.
Oh, you just think of wild.
That was just traumatizing.
You think of bad stuff?
No, just like my first time.
Oh. The first girl I got and gave head to, like she's the devil on earth, and like every time
That's usually how it goes.
And every time I think about that, of course, like, you know what I'm saying? But the first time strapping was great. Her as a sexual partner was amazing. It was a lot of my first. She was Scorpio.
Did you buy it? Did you harness?
I think she bought it because she had more experience than me.
Okay.
And she was just like, let me show you something.
So I was gonna say that I feel like that's actually preferred for most women. Person who wants to be strapped, like they should offer to have it or like use theirs. And I don't think that's a problem.
I personally think that you need a new strap with all partners.
Yeah.
And that's just because I'm a person that doesn't go that route until I'm like really solid with someone. Exactly. But like if you're someone that likes to use that and has multiple partners, then you gotta make sure you got a good one and clean it properly, please, because like people be really out here spreading STDs from that.
She has a whole like routine, right?
We got a video on that if you want to go look at it. I think you edited it. Yeah, see?
And I bought the case, the LED case.
Oh yeah.
UV light case. But that just shows how good of a strapper you are. Care and the time and effort and money.
When I am with a partner, like I love to go with them and have them pick it out because they know what they like and their size. Like I hate people that like to be the top or whatever say like, I'm gonna put that big old thing and I'm gonna destroy that thing and for what? That's crazy. You're not thinking about her at all. That's so selfish.
I don't even know how people feel that like after maybe like 9 inches, like how do you feel anything on your end? Most women can't even take that. So
I'm saying, and then they're sore the next day. They don't want to do it again for a little while.
Yeah.
Also having like different sizes or like girths or whatever are good for different positions. So if you're like with someone that really just like loves it just one or two ways, and then you can get one that really hits where they need it to hit, that's important, y'all.
Well, that's what I was gonna get into. Do you do the boxers?
Oh, I love the boxers.
You boxers.
Absolutely.
Sound team harness.
Oh. Yeah. I mean, there's new harnesses now. I even bought the one from TikTok where it's like, I just wanted to see. It has suspenders on it, y'all. And it's just extra. It's made for little people. Like, it was just in the way. It's just like extra material, like getting caught.
Yeah, what about the burn up here?
I'm saying. It's gonna hurt. Okay, because that's what I went through. I kept trying to put it on my sports bra. Yeah, I tried it. I'm not gonna try it again. I had to test it out before I told y'all about it. You know what I mean?
Did you feel embarrassed putting that on?
Yeah, but I told her ahead of time. Because I told her, I was like, listen, so I got this thing going on where I like bought some stuff from TikTok and I just need to test it out. You down? And she's like, oh yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, not me being a tester. You know, we laughed through it. There were some moments of like, what the heck?
It's when you make it funny, it gets through the awkwardness of all of it.
Absolutely. Because people think that like queers in general don't have foreplay because they think that the foreplay is our conclusion. You know what I'm saying? It's not though.
No,
like foreplay is like on your mind and like whatever, teasing, maybe, drinks, feeding them stuff, sexy talk, touching each other. There's a lot of things to the warm up, and that's so necessary because when you warm them up,
that's where we're here, because we're big on that, and it works every time. As I mentioned dirty talk in my last video, just letting things that come to your mind come out in your words, but like not like but just like in a soft tone, like really very just like gentle, and then even in your flirting and your sarcasm, you're making hints on where you want this to go. I know you got the whole vibe already, but like, what's your game?
I'm honest, I'm open, I get vulnerable, and I feel like that's the way that I want to make my connection. So for those that like it, I mean, then that's where we're gonna go. You know what I'm saying? It's only for them anyway.
That's real people, like real people. It's not like they're here for the fantasy or the bullshit and stuff.
Okay, so I'm not really like a toy person. Like I'm into whatever my partner's into if it doesn't hurt me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sometimes it does.
And it makes sense, like.
And so sometimes it'll hurt, but if it makes sense. Because I've tried role playing, tying people up, you know,
I tried
putting them in positions. You know, sometimes they want you to be aggressive, like choke harder, and I'm really nervous because I'm strong. So like, if you pass out. But no, I'm like.
Sometimes they want that. Sometimes they.
I know.
Oh,
like they were like, nah, smack me. I just.
There's so much being said without being said
right. I'm just not capable. But
have you tried the swing?
Hell yeah, I want to swing. My last apartment, remember, I was trying to put it up in there, and it was just like really hard. Like, yeah, I wanted to pull, I want to swing. I've tried it, but I've tried it at parties. You know what I'm saying? I've always wanted one of those, so I can't wait because my next place hopefully is like my house. Oh, I'm gonna have it solid in there. The pole, I want one of those like cool curvy sex chairs where you can be in positions really nicely that fit for my height, you know?
Now you got longer legs, so you probably have to like, and then you have to like squat a certain way.
Well, that's another reason. See, I didn't want to say that, but when people are like, why do you have your bed so high?
It's gotta make sense, yeah.
Gotta make it make sense.
There's even like down to like how you can get someone in a certain position to make it make sense too. Especially if you're in a doggy, something like that. Like, you can either be on your feet, but then sometimes somebody's gotta be on their toes, and sometimes you gotta just, you know, get on the bed and put them on the bed. It's gotta work with the angles and stuff. That makes a big difference. I know I'm probably bigger on the strap and stuff, but I remember you said you're bigger on like fingers and stuff.
Absolutely. That's my favorite thing.
Do you have techniques?
Yeah. I don't know. I just find it a lot more intimate. So I just feel like you can really hit the different G spots really well and multiple of them at the same time. Let's say, you know, she's like sitting on your face and then she's right in here, so you're able to like, you know, and then so that angle, you're down here and you're able to do a lot. So you're on the clit.
While she's riding your face?
Yeah. So she's right here, right? And then so she's in the face, right? Then your fingers can get down here, right? So the G spot is inward 2 inches and up. And then the A spot is like further back. Right. So you're hitting C, G, and A all in one motion.
You have the alphabet.
Yeah, literally. You need the alphabet.
I know for some people they think that it's like this, but like I know most of us should know that it's like not. It's like down farther. You're hitting with like the base of your finger. Like you're not scraping them. So that's how people, especially women with acrylics, get away with it, because if they can't, you don't want to like insert it and then hurt somebody. It's like a down and an up. Like kind of find it and pull up in.
Yeah, I think on my video I called it a come here action, where you're like bringing it back. And like, listen, ladies, if you got nails, I said that in my video too. There's things that you can put on your fingers to like protect someone, right? There's literally finger condoms, and there's like also gloves, like little textural type things where like if you have skinny fingers, it can give you some, you know what I'm saying, some thickness, some girth on that thing. There's like some ridges where you can hit that G spot in a cool way. I'm not hating on your fingernails, but don't bring them things around here.
And that's also a good way to be safe and like protected. And say you're trying to hit the A spot, you're not just going straight, right? Are you still doing the same motion?
In the G spot, there's a little ridgy area. I feel like in the A spot too, it's like towards the canal, so you can kind of feel where it ends. But I also feel a little ridgy spot in there. But I just hit G for a little bit and warm it up, because A, you gotta warm it up because it's really back there. You're really hitting walls for real, okay? All of a sudden you're like, damn, you're 10 inches. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how it feels. Like when they're like this, it kind of hits in a way of like, oh, okay, it's like it feels good. And they can ride from that position too, so they can really hit it the way they want to. And then like, let's say they're laying down and you're getting back there, really like there's legs going on right here, but there's a booty right here. So you see where I'm at? Reverse. And then reverse. And then fingering from that side and hitting that spot.
That's not hard for you?
Hell no, that's so great. What's hard about it? It's like right here.
Okay, but then think about the A, like if they're facing you, then you're this way, but if they're this way, you're going this way, right?
I can hit G downward from this spot, but I can hit A straight on.
But you're still flipped. You don't get cramped up sometimes? I don't feel like it's more difficult.
No.
Because I feel like I have more pull like this, because that's like a it's like a row in the gym. Like this, it's kind of like you're pushing and it's like.
I love that shit.
It's best when you're fingering is when they're hella aroused. I find it difficult, especially when like they're the type that has like really strong Kegels. Like it's hard to maneuver in there sometimes.
Yeah.
So to like maneuver past that, especially if I'm in this position, like I'm using my whole fucking back to like really maneuver that, especially if you're trying to get them to do more than just come. You're trying to make waterfalls happen. Like that's.
It's always when I'm hitting the multiple. Like 3. If they're able to kind of relax in that position, because sometimes they're like tense in certain positions. So then laying down ones and like really just like hitting those 2 is where you get the waterfalls for sure.
And you feel it. I feel like you know when to like go slow and start, and versus like when it's like they're about to really get there. Like it's like a totally different energy, and they're gonna tell you too. Hopefully. Yeah.
I like the communication.
Yes.
So
talk about it.
I'm saying.
Say what you like, and then I like recapping. Tell me how I did. Can you tell me what you liked? Like,
I get nervous to ask, so I love it when ladies just come with it.
That too.
And like want to run it all down, and I'm like. Cool, I'm listening. Absolutely.
Tell me more.
Yeah, tell me all of it. And then what?
Just like every time gets better because you're like the communication.
Right. Ladies, it's so attractive when you want to talk about what you like and know what you like. Like
on both ends.
There's not been many times where I've gone to a woman's house where she's like, I like this. And I like this, right? Some people like might find that like, oh, what? Weird or whatever. Why? How you know? I didn't know what I'm doing, and like take it as like an ego thing, right? But it's like, yes, girl, absolutely, I got you. What you want me to do with this? You know what I'm saying?
Especially if they're open like that about it, it's even more attractive. When you come with the energy of knowing what you like, it just says so much about you.
Yeah, you a boss.
Right.
Feel me?
Yeah, and then I think the wave of dominant femmes are rising, and we're not mad at it.
We love y'all.
I feel like that's a different definition for everybody as far as how they'd like to receive the dominant energy from a feminine. I know for me it's definitely like an energy, but it's also like certain positions gotta make sense. And I don't wanna feel like, I'm like out of control completely. I wanna feel like you're getting what you want out of it and I'm still receiving it in a way that makes sense to me. But that's what the communication comes with, and you gotta, talk about shit. I think guessing for like too many times in a row is that's stressful.
The older I get, right, the more I love dominant women more. Yeah, when I was younger, I had to take on almost every single role in a relationship because I was like with the
tired.
Like not a pillow princess or whatever, not anything like that, but just like every decision I had to make it, every plan I had to do it, every like whatever. It's like, what are we gonna eat? I gotta feed us both, like whatever, right? And as I get older, I'm just like, no, I want more of a partner. So if you gonna get in my face and be like, no, we're doing this or whatever, cool. Yes, thank you.
I will sit in the passenger seat.
I would love to. Yes, queen, anything you say. I can't wait to have that energy.
Like initiate.
Oh
my God.
That's the best thing in the world. Like you're on my ass, like you want me right now? Oh, okay, cool. So I love the aggression at first, and then I tend to take over a little bit, but I also like to give it up. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you lead position, I guess. Like if you want that, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Even just simple things like starting to dance or just hopping on the lap or all of a sudden kissing you, like anything. Like just come with the energy, please, because we're exhausted.
I love that switch up. Like when your boo kisses you and it's just like, oh, a kiss, and then when they kiss you,
like grab your face.
Oh,
you grab my face, it's over. Like,
oh my God. I don't know, just like a tone switch or all of a sudden like that heavy aggressive compliment that you're just like,
oh, and you know what really gets me is when we're talking shit in the club and then you actually follow through the plans afterwards.
Right,
and you
not
don't
fall asleep.
Why?
Literally.
The amount of times I've never been driven home, like I'm always the one.
I'm saying, I actually dated a couple girls that like called an Uber for me when I was about to call one.
That's good.
And I was like, oh wow. Oh my God, I've never. Where's my purse at?
Like I'm wet. Like damn.
I'm saying, that's when I knew. Chanel is down here snoring. That's why I keep. You can't be down here snoring. The mic is right there. Yeah, because I woke her up out of a dream.
Energy exchange is so fucking important. The more you get into yourself, the more you realize how sacred that energy is. And like, I used to be way more reckless with it. And then when I had this one situationship, it was so toxic, and I was like, I literally felt so drained. And she would just be like, like just so happy, and I'm like, you literally are taking it. I see it. I'm at the point where I can't ignore it. My body will start to react. I start to get sick. My gut starts to be all fucked up. I'm forced to. Make sure you're having sex with people that give you reciprocal energy.
I give props to people that are able to like detach themselves, have one night stands, or like be out here or whatever, because I just cannot. Like I literally.
Were you at one point or no?
No, never was.
Really?
Since I was young, I always felt like me giving that part of me in a sexual experience was giving a piece of me. So then I always kept it sacred. I think I started knowing that little bit, messing around with a dude in high school. And then he wanted to try to tell people because he thought he was cool. And then after that, I'm like, oh no, no one will ever hurt.
Especially the band, that's so crazy.
Oh my God. Oh wow, I'm not giving it to anybody if I don't trust or feel safe, because what the, you know what I'm saying? He was my guy best friend too. So like, that was worse. But I also felt like in those experiences, because I give a lot of like myself and I want to make sure everybody has a great time, a piece of me is staying and lingering with you. So I gotta trust that you're a person that will do right by me.
And it's real. Like people talk about it, but like it's literally real. And, and the older you get, the more you realize how real that shit is. Having good experiences becomes more important. Valuing those good experiences. That same energy is rare. So that's why a lot of us struggle. And then we're already down to like, out of men, we got women, and then women who are actually gay, and gay that women actually respect us, and women.
It's hard out here.
Have you had any threesomes?
There's a situation, me and a couple of my friends, I was messing with one and my friends were messing around right here, and then at one point there was an interchange, but I wasn't involved with all of them. So it was like a foursome, but not really. All femmes.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I've known them all for a long time, so that's why I was able to do that, because I was comfortable with them.
Like, how would you tell people to approach that if that's something they want?
I think the times that I've considered, possibly it was like a party situation where like everybody has to get tested before, and I think that that's the situation. If I ever get into that would probably be what it was, unless it's like friends, because I don't want you to seem like I'm just out here like, what up, homie? If I'm really comfortable with my partner and they want to have a threesome, it's cool. My throuple relationship was cool. Yeah, I thought we talked about it. I was in a throuple a long time ago. One of the rules were that we couldn't have sex without all of us, because then one of them got jealous when one of them wasn't there. One of them worked so much that she wasn't around like me and the other one a lot, so then that was one of the rules. So then
you just be like,
every time, we had sex, it was a threesome. It was a lot of work, but it was really cool.
A lot of work.
Yeah.
Were you not being served in those times, or you just?
Absolutely, I was. Absolutely, I was.
That's good.
Still to this day, one of the best sex experiences ever is receiving head from two girls at one time.
Oh, wow.
And I wish that on everyone. I hope everybody can experience that.
Sounds great.
No, it's the greatest thing ever.
Where were they positioned? Like, how was everybody?
They were like making out with each other, and then they just continued making out with each other. Right there. The hardest part about a throuple situation is like they liked getting fingered at the same time while they were like making out with each other. So I had to really get good with my left hand.
You had to be like this? Or
no,
what?
like let's say they were kind of together and they were doing this, and I was like, they were on the side, and I literally. So I had to get good with my left hand.
Now you're ambidextrous. Look at you.
Yeah, I haven't done that in a long time, but.
No, that's the worst, especially when you know your like left hand's weaker or whatever. Like you're trying.
Yeah, you're trying because if you're in
doing
a position,
two, that's a lot.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and then I literally will lay in bed. Like if I have a partner, I will lay in bed to where my right arm will be able to reach over and do the thing. Because if you're at this point and then you have to get it started with your left hand and you like want to switch it up.
Describe that better.
Okay, so I sleep on this side of my bed, right? But before I was on this side, and I literally switched what side of the bed I'm on so that I can, you feel me? So I can just.
I've been thinking about that too.
Be ready.
Yeah, that's a good tip. Make sure you sleep on the side that you know your strongest hand is, and that way you can just slide in.
Wait, so you've been in polyamory?
Yeah, so I'm new into it. I'm about a year in now. I have my one partner, and I just have been exploring that. But I've had a couple threesome situations, and that was interesting. But I was gonna say, this tested thing, like as much as sometimes you want that to be the case, sometimes it's not. So I think the only way I was able to get away with it the second time was because we didn't like exchange fluids.
Right.
Like we didn't like do too much where we know like there would be something. You just kind of keep it like PG, but you can still come. So it's like you're kind of like, I don't know, you just kind of get like a whole sexual experience. Both cases for me was like, it was approached to me, and it was just kind of like, I was like, okay, I'm here now. So
I think the exchange of fluids thing, that's like kind of where I kept it too. And like the foursome thing. It's just like, I was able to participate, but not put myself out there.
Yeah, and if you like know, like if we're all here on the same page and we're cool with that, like even the one girl like acted like she was giving me head, but she wasn't. Like, she was just like the idea, and then that got me aroused, you know? It's like, you know, I don't know. And that's the best part about lesbian sex. It's not just like intercourse, it's not just one thing. It's like, it can be anything.
Yeah.
It can be whatever you want. You could still have your clothes on and still call it sex. You know?
I'm saying, like, people, I think one of the most underrated things is like a good on riding each other.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Some good on clit. You feel me? There's so many different positions you can be in for that, and like other things you can do.
What's your favorite for those?
Okay, so that's where I was like earlier when I was like saying that the booty's right here, right? Mostly that's like from the reverse cowgirl, like grinding. Like,
okay, but where's her feet?
So like, let's say her legs are back here, right? Yeah. But she's like on top of me, but this way. So we're hitting clit on clit, and so I get a nice booty action, but also I'm able to finger her from back here. That's one of my favorites.
Have you ever tried where her legs are under your legs?
Her legs are under your legs.
So like you're like that, but instead of her legs over your legs, they're under. So that like she's able to just sit.
Absolutely.
That's my favorite. That's
like when the legs.
100%.
Oh yeah, that one's
like,
really
because the contact, if you have like similar body types, and even if it's not, like sometimes it works too.
Yeah, I feel like everybody's makeup is a little different. So wherever your clit is, like I find people like different positions for that, and that's why I really love reverse cowgirl like that. Oh my god, that's a great.
I used to actually really be into missionary and being on top, but I don't know, it doesn't hit as good as like when they're riding you.
Absolutely, yeah. I used to like to always be on top, and now that's the part where I love
I'm like,
the
I'm just
bottom.
way down.
Me too. and like when you have partners that really they love that, they love being the dominant one, and they're really good at it. Like that's everything. Because I'm handling everything else, so when you got right there.
Like I can still flip you around and stuff. Like where do you want to go? You know?
Bravo. Yeah.
I don't know if you ever done any drugs. The only thing I've done is shrooms and lots of weed.
Me too.
Yeah,
that's it. I was gonna say when I smoke before I strap, you can't tell me I'm not in there. Like I feel that. Like you can't tell me. I'm just like, ooh, wow. Like I'm attached now.
And it's such a turn on when they like let you talk shit about it, like as if it is real.
Oh my god. I know I didn't want to say that, but that's what I was thinking right now. Like
my thing though with the smoking is like I love it when they're cool with it, and I can be like, can I just light up while you're, you know?
Oh yeah. I've always talked about that on my video too. That used to be one of my favorite things. It's like, and one of my exes had like, she loves it when I did that. So like, I just be, man.
So long story short, if you're afraid about being dominant or you feel like it's too much, don't think that, because a lot of us are here for it nowadays, and that's the wave. So we encourage it, and we're looking for it. You know, be bold with who you are and be safe, and just get into more experiences, but also don't forget the energy stuff we talked about, like all of that, everything combined. Like this is the deeper stuff, and this is stuff that really makes sense and matters. Protect yourself, but also have fun, and don't be afraid to be corny or have fun or be like stupid, and like just enjoy the experience for what it is, and hold on to good experiences because they don't last usually.
That's one thing. It's like I've had some really hard times, but all of my experiences, I'm learning and growing, and every time I'm having a better experience.
That's good to know.
Yeah, because I know what I want. I know what I want to avoid. I know how to communicate, and I know how to. So don't be afraid. I think everybody kind of feels like they need to go into it knowing everything, but it's okay to say, hey, this is my first time. I want to try this and like have that experience. So y'all got this. If you have any questions, I feel like they should put them in the comments and ask us.
Yeah, definitely.
And we can do it again next time.
We're gonna get into it. Thank you for being on here. I feel so honored. Of course. I get like the best guests on my channel.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Let us know about your sex experiences and report back to us, please. Thank you very much.
Peace.